Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. And now, Viking pregame.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and tonight we have high school girls basketball for you with the 20-2 Colfax Vikings getting ready to take on the 13-8 Elmwood Plum City Wolves in a game that, with a Viking victory, the Vikings will assure themselves of no worse than a tie for the Dunn St. Croix Conference title. Now, the Viking girls are coming off an impressive win over the Elk Mound Mounders on Friday by a score of 50-29, while also on Friday, the Wolves defeated the Boyceville Bulldogs 60-26. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Elmwood Plum City Wolves and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it out to Elmwood High School, where we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school girls basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's Dunn St. Croix Conference matchup between the Elmwood Plum City Wolves and the Colfax Vikings. The Vikings are looking to wrap up at least a share of the Dunn St. Croix Conference title following their 50-29 victory over the Elk Mound Mounders on Friday. Now, in that game against the Mounders, the Vikings were able to utilize their stingy defense by limiting the Mounders to only 11 points in the first half and only 29 points total. The Vikings were led in scoring by 5'7" senior Emily Bertram Schofield, who hit on 6 field goals and 2 free throws and a three-pointer for 17 points. She was followed by Jeanette Hajdukovic, who hit 4 field goals for 8 points, while Ainsley Olson and McKenna Shipman added 7 and 6 points respectively. Thus far this season, the Vikings are led in scoring by Shipman, who's averaging nearly 15 points per game. She's followed by Madison Barstead, who's putting up almost 10 points per game. Also leading contributors include Emily Bertram Schofield with over 9 points per game, as well as Jillian Bovey and Jasmine Best, who are adding around 5 points per game each. Shipman is also the leading rebounder for the Vikings, pulling down nearly 7 boards per game. Barstead is grabbing over 5 rebounds per game, while Emily Bertram Schofield, Jeanette Hajdukovic, and Ainsley Olson are all averaging right around 4.5 rebounds per game. Now, last Friday, the Wolves defeated the Boyceville Bulldogs 60-26. Unfortunately, we don't have any scoring figures from that game. However, going into that game, the Wolves were led in scoring by senior Maggie Glaus, who's averaging over 16 points per game. She's followed by Hannah Forster and Haley McDonough, who each averaged 7.5 points per game. Glaus is also the leading rebounder for the Wolves, pulling down nearly 11 boards per game. Hannah Forster grabs almost 7, and Isabella Forster pulls down nearly 6. Now, this game is the pathway for the Vikings to capture their 4th consecutive Dunn St. Croix Conference title. The Vikings currently hold a 1-game lead in the standings over Elk Mound and Durand. Meanwhile, the Wolves would love to play spoiler and spoil the Viking dreams, at the same time improve their position in the upcoming WIAA regional tournaments. The Vikings come into the game scoring an average of 58, while the Wolves average 44. Defensively, the Vikings surrender 37 points per game, while the Wolves give up 39. Coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Courtney Serrar on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Viking girls head coach Courtney Serrar on Coach's Corner. And Coach, back last Friday, the Vikings picked up what may be their biggest win so far this season over the Elkmount Mounders, 50-29. What can you tell us about that game?
Yeah, like you said, it was a huge win for us. It put us alone in first place, the top of the conference, and I was very impressed with, our overall play top to bottom. But, I thought our defense was, we've always played great defense, but that night it was very good. I thought they took it to the next level, and, you could tell that Elkmount was frustrated and, couldn't get a clean look at the basket, and I'm hoping we can continue, playing like that.
Well, that kind of brings up what I was going to mention. That stifling defense that the girls played, holy cow, they only allowed the Mounders 11 points in the first half, only 29 for the whole game. How about your comments on how this defense has come along from the beginning of the season, and it gets better every game?
Yeah, we've always, played great defense, and, as a program, I think we understand and that defense is what wins you championships and big games, and that has to come first. I think a lot of kids love to play offense, but not a lot of kids love to play defense. And luckily for us, I think we have, 10 kids who just love to play defense and take pride in, stopping other players individually, but also, teams as a whole.
Well, tonight, the Vikings are going to have an opportunity to put that defense to good use again and maybe even clinch at least a share of the Dunn St. Croix Conference title by taking on the 13-8 Elmwood Plum City Wolves. What can you tell us about the Wolves?
They're definitely, capable of beating us. They have Maggie Glaus, who's, leading the conference in scoring, leading the conference in rebounding. So it's important for us to make sure that we come ready to play. They have a lot of quick guards who love to, go around people and dump it to Maggie. And it's going to be a test for us to make sure that we keep her in check and also, keep her off the board. So our post players are going to have their work cut out for them tonight, but I'm hoping, throwing a variety of different girls at her will tire her out.
Well, taking a quick peek back at last Friday's game, this might seem a little bit like a broken record, but that game was another example of the balance the Vikings have. Your two leading scorers were held to only 6 points combined, but the other girls stepped in and picked up the slack. Can you talk a little about those girls who make your bench so deep?
Yeah, I'm going to start with Maddie and Kenna. They always will take everybody's best players. They're always going to draw, the defense from each group. And I think that, regardless of how many points they score, they would take 0 and 0 if it meant, we were to win. So, hats off to both of them. But again, at the same time, like you said, when other teams shut down our best two scorers, it leaves opportunity and, need for other people to step up. And I was really impressed with, I thought Emily had a great game. Jill and Jazzy both played awesome defense. And then the three kids, right off of our bench, Ainsley, Jeanette, and Molly, that was the best I've seen them play. As a unit. I think there's been games where, one of them plays really well or two of them play really well, but I thought all three of them, really brought a spark to us off the bench and, did a great job defensively and offensively.
Well, Coach Serrar, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Viking girls will be able to give themselves a really nice Valentine's gift and come away with the Dunn St. Croix Conference title.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, with a look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The Vikings are looking to secure a fourth consecutive Dunn St. Croix Conference title. As mentioned before, the Vikings currently hold a one-game lead in the standings over Elkmount and Durand. A win tonight with only one game remaining in the regular season would guarantee the Vikings no worse than a tie for the title. Now, on the other hand, the Wolves would like nothing more than to play spoiler and finish the season strong and set themselves up for the WIAA Regionals. So, the stage is set for some exciting girls high school basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, we'll send it out to Elmwood High School, where we will bring you all the action of today's girls' battle in the Dunn St. Croix Conference between the Colfax Vikings and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Colfax Viking basketball is on the air.
Maddie Elke's pass gets intercepted. Barstead, she brings it back down the floor. Cuts into the lane. Jumper from the lane, nothing but net this time.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking girls varsity basketball game.
Barstead over to the left side to Best, who puts up the three and hit it. Jasmine Best with a three-pointer. She's got 8 points.
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
Pass down the left side to Hajdukovic. Hook shot goes up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with the power forward hook. Good evening and welcome to Elmwood High School, where tonight the Colfax Viking girls are getting ready to take on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves in a Dunn St. Croix Conference battle. Say the words in the right order, Rick. And it has a lot of meaning in the conference, especially for the Vikings, because a win tonight gives the Vikings a guaranteed at least a tie for the conference title. They could win it outright if they win again on Thursday, but a win tonight gives them the conference title, or at least a share thereof, for 4 straight seasons. So the Vikings have something that they're definitely playing for tonight. Now, the Wolves are also playing for pride and spoiler role, as they would love to knock off the Vikings. And the Wolves are a pretty decent team this year. They are 13-8, and they have the leading scorer in the conference in Maggie Glaus. So we're going to have quite the game tonight. Dan, your thoughts?
Yeah, this is these last couple games, and then coming into the playoffs. This will be really important for the seniors, because they've been here before. They understand what it takes to get into the playoffs, get deep. And Colfax just has to stick with their main plan that they've done all season and make this a business trip and get away with a win.
And the teams have headed over to the sidelines to talk with their coaches as we're getting ready for the starting lineups from the table. I was going to have Dan do them, but holy cow, we're getting down right towards the national anthem and starting lineups from the scorers table across the way. So maybe we'll just give them the opportunity. And Chris is ahead of the game, getting over there on the flag already. Chris is always on top of things. So why don't we send it down to the scorers table right now and find out about the national anthem and the starters in tonight's game.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's girls basketball game, the St. Croix conference matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the UBC Wolves. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
That was a playing of our national anthem here at Elmwood High School. And let's send it right back down to the scorers table for the starting lineups.
Will host on Friday night, February 25th. EPC will host Mondovi at Plum City on Tuesday, February 22nd. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. In the event of an emergency, the nearest AED is located near the girls' locker room, north end of the gym. To support the efforts in creating a positive experience for all, here's Lucas Klaus for an announcement.
Good sportsmanship is the responsibility of all in attendance at this event. We'd like to remind everyone to cheer positively and support all athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators throughout this event. Thank you.
And now, the starting lineups for tonight's game. Starting for the Vikings. Senior, number 5, Julian Bowley. Senior, number 22, Madison Barstead. Tonight is a great match for Gonzalez, Joseph, and Joe Sousa. Starting for the Wolves. Senior number 3, Haley McDonough. Junior number 10, Izzy Forster. Senior number 9, Maggie Clark. Junior number 12, Emma Roseberg. Junior number 14, Lily Webb.
And those are the starting lineups. Again, for the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, it's Haley McDonough, Isabella Foster, Maggie Glaus, Hannah Forster, and Lily Webb. For the Vikings, it's Bovey, Barstead, Bertram, Schofield, Best, and Shipman. Shipman to jump center, and she's jumping against Maggie Glaus. Vikings going to go from left to right in the first half. The tip is controlled by the Wolves. They come across the timeline. That's McDonough with it. She gets it out high, and they swing it over to Webb. Then back over to the right side. It's Forster. That's Izzy. Then to McDonough. Back down to Izzy in the corner. Now they get it back around to the left side. This is Hannah Forster. Now back over to the right side. They're moving the ball quickly. Izzy drives the baseline. She puts it up and in. That was Haley McDonough that put it up and in. Vikings come down the floor. Best with it right through the center circle. 2-0, Wolves on top. Over to Bovey, back to Best. Best to Bertram Schofield. Cross court pass over to Bovey. She puts it up, and she hit the three. Jillian Bovey with a three-pointer to put the Vikings on top, 3-2. And they put some pressure on. The ball's loose on the floor, picked up by the Vikings. Best has it across the timeline. Gets it to Bovey on the left side, feeds it into the lane to Barstead, and the ball gets taken out of Barstead's hands by Glaus. And the Wolves come down the floor. McDonough on the dribble. McDonough takes it high, wide, and left. Now over to the right side and back over to the left side to Forster. Then down in the corner, Lily Webb with a shot is no good. Rebound, Izzy Forster. And she gets it taken away by Bertram Schofield. Takes it down the lane, stops, puts it up, no good. Rebound being battled around, and the Wolves come away with it. Izzy Forster with it. She feeds it over to the left side to Hannah Forster. Then to McDonough. McDonough drives the left baseline, puts it up, no good. Vikings chase down the loose ball. They get it over to Best, who brings it through the backcourt, across the timeline. Underneath, shot up and no good by Shipman. Rebound, whistle, and a jump ball called. Glaus and Barstead had it all tied up. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. Get it into Shipman, who puts it up. It's no good. Ball gets tipped out of bounds by the Vikings. So McDonough to inbound. Vikings putting on full court pressure. McDonough looking for somewhere to go. Finally gets it into Hannah Forster, who's in the backcourt. Picks up her dribble. Gets it into the forecourt to Izzy. Down underneath, and a whistle and a foul under there. Maggie Glaus had it. Foul's going to be on Shipman. That's the first foul on anybody, that foul on Shipman. So the Wolves to inbound under their own basket. They get it into Izzy Forster. She's on the left baseline, loses the handle. They're going to say it was touched by Bovey. No, they're saying now it's Viking ball. Best with it. Comes down across the timeline. Feeds it over to the left side, back over to the top of the key to the right side to Bovey. Bovey, cross-court pass over to Barstead. She launches the three. We get a whistle and a foul on the floor. Foul's going to be on Webb. That's her first. Should be the second team foul. Or is it the first? Inbound pass, and she did it again. Bovey bounced it off the girl's back again. Came in, and this time she missed the shot. But it's a nice looking play. Down the floor come the Wolves. Bovey the backbeater. Pass comes over to Forster. She's at the top of the key. Drives into the lane. They get it out high, get it down underneath. Now to Glaus, turn around, put up, and good. 4-3, Wolves on top. Vikings have it at the top of the key. They feed it over to Bertram Schofield on the right. Back out to Best, over to Bovey on the left. Best on the top of the key. Back to Bovey, puts up the three. It rattles around, no good. Rebound taken down by Glaus. Down the floor come the Wolves. This is McDonough on the dribble. Feeds it over to the right side to Lily Webb. Back out to McDonough. Drives down to the baseline. She's double teamed down there, has nowhere to go, and we're going to get a foul called on Barstead. That's the first personal on Barstead. Second team foul on the Vikings. Into the lineup are Olsen, Hajdukovic, and Hydorn for the Vikings. McDonough with it. Gets it out to Glaus. Three-pointer on the way. Rolls around, no good. Rebound taken away by Hydorn. Takes it down the length of the floor, and they're going to get her for a travel. She couldn't get the momentum to stop.
Yeah, she thought about it. Just couldn't get that foot.
Izzy Forster feeds it into the forecourt. That's to Hannah. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Olsen. She gets it to Best. Best across the timeline. At the top of the key. Takes it over to the right side. Gets it off to Barstead. Three-pointer, no good. Hajdukovic puts it up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Glaus. McDonough on the dribble across the timeline on the right side. Takes it down into the right corner. Passes it back out to Forster. That's Izzy to Hannah. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Best.
Got a foul?
And there was a foul on McDonough.
Her first.
Best comes down across the timeline. At the top of the key. Gets it over to the left side to Hydorn. Back to Best. Best back to Hydorn. Back out to Best. Best feeds it to Barstead. Over to Hydorn on the left side. Back to Barstead between the circles. To Olsen in the paint. She gets tied up and we get a jump ball. McDonough to inbound for the Wolves. Gets it into Hannah Forster. Feeds it down to Izzy down underneath, and the shot is up and good by Glaus.
4 points for Glaus.
6-3. Wolves on top of the Vikings. Hajdukovic with it. Gets it back out to Barstead. To Best with the three. No. Rebound. Tied up. Possession arrow for the Vikings. Inbound to Hajdukovic. She puts it right back up and it goes in. Vikings trail by 1, 6-5. As the Wolves come down the floor. Shot from three-point land is good. That's by Lily Webb. 8-5. Should be 9-5. Yeah, now they've got it right. 4-point lead for the Wolves. Best has it at the top of the key. The Best underneath Olsen, who lays it up and in.
That was a pretty little play there.
They got it to Hajdukovic out on the high post, and she found Olsen down on the baseline and laid it up and in. Izzy Forster on the left side for the Wolves. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. With the score, Wolves 9, Vikings 7. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN Nope, I guess we don't have a timeout. I thought he called one.
Yeah. He just had to talk to the ref for a second.
Okay. Well, Wolves have it. In the paint, they get it back out to Lily Webb, then over to the left side to Glaus, who lays it up. It's no good. Rebound gets tipped around, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Olsen as Webb had it, and she was trying to swing it away, and Olsen got her arm hung up in there. A couple of substitutions for the Wolves. Hallie Gillis is one of them. Inbound pass, and we're going to get a travel call. That was on Glaus. She took a little hop along the baseline. And so Jazzy Best with it. Feeds it over to the right side to Hydorn. Gets it underneath to Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in. You know, one of the things I've noticed the Vikings have started to do, they're starting to look for Jeanette Hajdukovic down low. On the dribble is Hannah Forrester. She's double teamed, and we get a travel call. She tried to do that double pivot, except she had a different pivot foot each time.
Yeah, good defense by Colfax.
Hydorn with it. Gets it over on the left side to Best, back out to Hydorn. Over to the right side to Barstead. Over to Best on the left. She's on the left wing. Gets it back out to Olsen, over to Hydorn. Over to Barstead. Into the lane. Tries to feed it to Olsen. She lays it up. It's no good. Hajdukovic with the putback. It's no good, but she got fouled. We're tied at 9, and Jeanette Hajdukovic goes to the line. There's a poem in there, Dan. Tied at 9, and she goes to the line. Shot goes up. It's no good.
Foul is on Haley Gillis, her first.
You know, woe be it for me to try to put some culture in this. Second shot on the way. It's no good. Rebound tipped away, and coming away with it are the Wolves. McDonough on the dribble. She comes across the timeline on the right side. Feeds it underneath to Glaus, puts it up. Their shot's partially blocked. Olsen with it, and we're going to get a foul on Glaus.
That'll be her first.
It's the fourth team foul. Still tied at 9. Coming up on the 10-minute mark remaining. Bertram Schofield out to Barstead. To Bovey, to Barstead at the top of the key. To Best on the right side. Into the lane to Bertram Schofield. Underneath to Bovey. Gets it out to Barstead. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound taken down by Forrester. That's Hannah Forrester. And she gets it over to McDonough. McDonough slowly through the backcourt, across the timeline. Best guarding her. Ball's over, but they get the ball out. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by Bovey. Bovey down the floor, feeds it underneath to Shipman. She puts it up, and she banks it in.
McKenna with her first 2 points.
Hannah Forrester with the ball at the top of the key. Gets it over to the left side, back out to Hannah between the circles. Down to McDonough on the right baseline. She puts it up, and it's good. So we're tied at 11. Down the floor comes Best at the top of the key. Feeds it over to the right side to Barstead. To Bovey underneath the Shipman. She goes up, and we're going to get a foul. Foul's on Glaus.
Her second.
And that's what the Vikings really needed to be doing, is taking the ball right at her. Shipman's first shot is no good. Hydorn and Hajdukovic in for the Vikings. Second shot, that one's good. 12-11, Vikings by 1. McDonough with it on the right side for the Wolves. Takes it down into the right corner. Tries to feed it back out. The Vikings come away, but it gets stolen right back. Glaus with a turnaround jumper is no good. Ball gets tipped out of bounds off of Bertram Schofield. McDonough to feed it in. She gets it into Izzy Forster, and then it's over to Hannah. Then down along the baseline to Izzy. She tries to put the shot up, and we're going to get a foul. We'll see who they called it on. There were a couple people there. I think it's on Bovey. It is. That's her first personal. 4th team foul. Shot is off the back of the iron, no good. Second shot on the way. It's off the front of the iron, no good. Shipman with a rebound. Gets it to Bovey. Tries to feed it to Bertram Schofield, but the ball gets intercepted by Forster. And down the floor she comes. Across the timeline to the top of the key. Gets it over to the left, or to the right side. That's Gillis. Then down into the corner. Shot from the baseline is no good. Vikings come away with it. Bovey with a three-pointer. She hit the three-pointer.
Yeah, nobody went with her, so she just pulled it up. Made it.
15-11, Vikings by 4. Into the lane, turnaround jumper by Glaus, got blocked by Hajdukovic. Down the floor comes Shipman, feeds it over to Hajdukovic, lays it up, no good, gets her own, puts it back up, it's no good, but she got fouled.
Good no-look pass by McKenna.
Well, McKenna Shipman touches the ball, things start to happen. Hajdukovic's shot is up off the back of the iron, no good. By the way, that's the 6th team foul, and we now have a timeout on the floor. So with a timeout on the floor, you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered it. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Back here at Elmwood High School.
Elmwood.
It's going to be one of those nights tonight. I can tell already, Dan. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. Chris Olson on the camera. Vikings on top by 4. Jeanette Hajdukovic at the line for her second shot. It's on the way. It's good. (16-11). Inbound pass stolen by Hajdukovic. She tries to feed it underneath. Got tipped by the Wolves. Ball's loose on the floor. It just keeps rolling between legs. Finally picked up by Hydorn. It gets it over to the right side to Bovey, then to Shipman. She tries to go up with it and got fouled. Foul's going to be on Hallie Gillis. Oh, yes. That's the correct.
Gillis, her second.
So Shipman to the line. Her first shot is good. 16-11. Vikings up by 5. Second shot is also good. 17-11. 18-11. I thought the 16 was there a little long. 18-11, Vikings by 7. Turnaround jumper by Glaus is good. So it's 18-13.
Glaus has 6.
They feed it into the lane. Shipman lays it up and it rolls in. So it's 20-13, Vikings by 7. Wolves get it down underneath to Glaus. Turn around, puts it up in the lane, and she got fouled going up by Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic knows it too. Oh. We don't have heights on the girls from Elmwood Plum City unless they're in that program that Chris got us. Shot goes up, it's good. No, we don't have them there either. 20-14. Klaus with her second shot. It's good. Vikings by 5.
Klaus says 8.
Bovey through the center circle. Feeds it over to the right side. Hydorn back to Bovey. Over to Bertram Schofield on the left side. Comes down the left baseline. Tries to get it to Hajdukovic, and stealing the ball is Hannah Forster. The Wolves come down across the timeline. Forster on the dribble. Gets it over to the right side to Webb. Back out to Izzy Forrester, then over to McDonough. Three-pointer is no good. Bertram Schofield with the rebound, brings it down the floor, feeds it out to Hydorn. Thought about the three. Now they feed it underneath to Hajdukovic, and she lays it up and in. If there's a narrow passageway, Hajdukovic finds a way that they can get the ball through it. And down underneath, they try to get the pass. That was to Lily Webb, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that's one thing that Colfax has. Good vision on the court.
Barstead, Best, and Olsen into the lineup for the Vikings. Hannah Forrester takes it around to the left side. Now over to Izzy. Back over to McDonough, then down to Hannah from the left corner. Puts up the shot, it's no good. Barstead with the rebound. She brings it down the floor across the timeline. Between the circles over to the left side. Keeps going down into the left corner, feeds it back out to Best. Best stops at the top of the key. Over to Barstead, high, wide, and left. Cross-court pass over to Bertram Schofield into the paint, puts the shot up, rolls around and out. Rebound taken down by Glaus, and she feeds it off to Hannah Forrester. Hannah has it between the circles over to the left side. Then back over to the right side to Lily Webb and to Izzy Forrester. Izzy over to Hannah. Hannah along the left baseline. Feeds it underneath to Glaus. Glaus is all tied up. We're going to get a foul called. Foul's on Best. And that's the 6th foul on the Vikings, so both teams will be in the bonus. Taking it into the lane, shot goes up, no good. That was by Hannah Forrester. Olsen with the rebound. Down the floor, Vikings throw it to Barstead, but it gets tipped away by the Wolves, and down the floor comes Hannah Forrester. Wolves want to slow it down. They get it down into the corner, back out to Izzy. Over to McDonough on the right side. To Glaus, but she can't handle it. Shipman comes away with it, takes it down the floor. Puts on the brakes, gets it out to Bertram Schofield, puts up the three, no good. Barstead gets the rebound, and we're going to get a whistle, and it's a foul on Izzy Forrester. That's going to put Barstead to the line with the 1-on-1.
It's Forster's first.
8th team foul. Lily Webb takes a seat. Wolves have it out between the circles as Hannah Forrester. In the lineup for the Wolves.
Hannah Byer.
Yep, she wasn't on the original roster we had. Ball got knocked out of bounds, but it was a foul in the process. I think it's on Olsen. I don't think that the scoreboard has it.
Yep, Ainsley's second.
Okay, now they have it. Shot goes up, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Barstead. Best has it. 22-15, Vikings on top. To Barstead. To Shipman, she bats it back in bounds. Picked up by Hajdukovic, gets it out to Barstead. Shot's no good from three. Glaus with the rebound, and down the floor come the Wolves. McDonough on the dribble. She gets it out to Izzy Forrester, then over to Hannah, back to Izzy, both on the left side. To Byer, then over to the right side to McDonough. Back out high, then Byer in the left corner. Then they get it to Glaus underneath, tries to put it up, doesn't get there. Might have been partially blocked. Down the floor come the Vikings. Barstead has it underneath. She puts it up and in. Maddie Barstead with the two. 24-15. Vikings by 9. Forrester, that was Hannah. Gets it over to Byer. Then to Izzy. Now to Hannah. On the left side, drives the left baseline. The ball goes out of bounds. It was off the Vikings. And we have a timeout on the floor. So with a timeout on the floor, it's Vikings 24, Wolves 15. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Back here at Elmwood High School, Vikings with a 24-15 lead over the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. Wolves to inbound under their own basket. McDonough gets it into Byer. Out to Hannah. Back to Byer in the left corner. Tries to feed it across court. It's chased down by McDonough. Over to Byer. To Glaus in the paint. Turns around. She's triple teamed. Ball gets knocked away and Best has it. Gets it to Barstead, streaking down the floor. Turns around, takes it into the paint. Gets it back out to Best. Best launches the three. She hit the three! Jasmine Best with a three-pointer. 27-15, Vikings by 12. Hannah Forrester with it. Gets it down to Izzy, into the paint to Glaus. She goes up with it and got fouled. I do believe it's on Shipman. It is. That's her second. So Maggie Glaus at the line. First shot is up. It's no good. Both teams have 8 fouls on them now. Minute 55 left. Second shot on the way. It's no good. Rebound by Bovey. Over to Best. Across the timeline to Bovey on the left. To Best between the circles. Tries to get it back over to the left side, and it gets tipped away. Down the floor comes Izzy Forrester. She lays it up. It's no good. Bertram Schofield with the rebound for the Vikings. Down the floor she comes. By the way, Emily Bertram Schofield will be our Three-pointer on the way, no good. Will be our Viking profile today at halftime. That's coming up in a minute 27. McDonough on the dribble, high widen right. Gets it down to Glouse in the right corner. Glouse on the dribble, loses control. Bertram Schofield takes it through the paint, gets the ball, puts it up. We get a push before the shot. Bertram Schofield passed it over to Best, who got it back to Bertram Schofield, but she got fouled before Bertram Schofield got the ball.
Falls on number 3, Haley McDonough.
That's her third. Shot is up, it's no good. Rebound by Izzy over to Hannah. Down the floor come the Wolves. She's on the right side, gets it over to the right corner. That's Lily Webb. And we're going to get a jump ball called. Glouse tried to go up with it and got tied up. So the Vikings have it. Under a minute to go now in the half. Feed down underneath, and it gets taken away by Byer. And her pass got tipped. It goes out of bounds. It'll be the Wolves' ball. Jazzy Best got her hands on it. Webb to inbound it. Gets it into Glouse in the backcourt. She comes across the timeline. Double team, ball gets tipped. She gets it back. This time we're going to get a foul called on Bovey.
Her second. Oh, it's not. Jeanette.
Oh, it's on Jeanette Hajdukovic. That's her second. Shot is up and good. Maggie Glouse at the line again. (27-16), Vikings by 11. 34.7 seconds remaining. Glouse's second shot is up. It's off the back of the iron, no good. Bertram Schofield with the rebound, and down the floor come the Vikings with Best on the dribble.
They can play for one.
Best taking her time between the circles, gets it over to Hydorn on the right. Back out to Best. Best back to Hydorn. Back to Best. Over to Bovey. Back to Best. To Hydorn. Long pass. Stolen away by the Wolves. Now stolen back by the Vikings. Barstad launches it off the rim from almost mid-court. And we've got halftime with the score. Vikings 27. The Elmwood Plum City Wolves 16. We'll be back with Viking halftime right after this. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're going to get to know Emily Bertram Schofield. And she is a senior here at Colfax High School. And Emily, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
I do karate outside of school, and I'm also involved in a bunch of other clubs.
Now, when did you start playing basketball, and what has your experience been like?
I started playing basketball in 3rd grade, and honestly, it's just been super fun. I've been able to connect with people that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to connect with, and it's kind of just giving me an outlet to express myself.
So what's the most important thing you've learned from playing basketball?
Team is everything. Team is number one. Can't do anything without your team.
So when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or keep you occupied?
I love the outdoors, like to go hiking, kayaking, all that fun stuff.
Okay, now I got a few rapid fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
Any particular flavor?
Chocolate or mint chip?
Okay, all right. Your favorite color and why?
Yellow, because it reminds me of the sunrise, and the sunrise means a new day, which you get to start again.
All right. Now, if you could have a superpower, play.
I'm a shooting guard and number 24.
Okay, we want to thank Emily Bertram-Schofield for joining us today on Viking Profile. More Viking Halftime coming up right after this.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, it starts to work itself out.
Time now for the Colfax High School report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
The Colfax Vikings athletics are starting to wrap up the winter sports season with one team already into WIAA tournament action. The Bloomer Colfax Raptors wrestling team competed in the WIAA regional tournament in Neillsville last Saturday, as the Grapplers were vying for the opportunity to wrestle at the sectionals in Amory. The Raptors had 4 wrestlers qualify for the sectionals. At 106 pounds, Aiden Anderson qualified by taking 2nd place, as did Alex Poyer at 145 pounds. Luke Blanchard captured a regional championship at 152 pounds by defeating Neillsville Greenwood Loyal wrestler Keegan Anding 14-0. At 160 pounds, Bowen Rothbauer also secured a regional title by defeating Medford area wrestler Logan Kawa 7-1. The Raptors placed 4th in the team standings, with Neillsville Greenwood Loyal taking the top spot. The Viking boys basketball team picked up a win and 2 losses in their 3 games last week. On Monday, the 7th, the Vikings dropped a frustrating game to the Thorpe Cardinals 53-44. Then on Thursday, the boys bounced back to defeat the Boyceville Bulldogs 50-36. Finally on Saturday, the Vikings found themselves outsized as they lost to Osceola Chieftains 68-39. At the end of the week, those games left the Vikings with an overall record of 8 wins and 11 losses, 4-6 in the Dunn St. Croix Conference. The Viking girls had 2 games last week, resulting in 2 Dunn St. Croix Conference wins. On Tuesday, the girls defeated the Spring Valley Cardinals 80-38. And then on Friday, the Viking girls defeated the Elk Mound Mounders in a battle for first place in the conference 50-29. Those games leave the Vikings with an overall record of 20 wins and 2 losses and an 11-1 record in the Dunn St. Croix Conference, and on the verge of capturing their 4th consecutive conference crown. With 2 more COVID makeup games this week proves to be another busy schedule for the Viking basketball teams, with 5 games total. On Monday, the Viking girls will travel to Elmwood to make up a game with the Elmwood Plum City Wolves that was postponed back on January 14th. Then on Thursday, the girls will host the same Elmwood Plum City Wolves as part 2 of a boys then girls doubleheader for their final regular season game of the 2021-2022 season. We are carrying both games live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking boys are scheduled for 3 games this week. On Tuesday, the boys will travel to Spring Valley to take on the Spring Valley Cardinals. Then on Thursday, the boys will host those same Spring Valley Cardinals in a makeup game which was originally scheduled for January 6th. This will be part of that boys-girls doubleheader. Finally, on Friday, the boys will travel to Elk Mound to take on the Elk Mound Mounders. And we are carrying all 3 of those games live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. On Saturday, Aiden Anderson, Alex Poyer, Luke Blanchard, and Bowen Rothbauer will represent the Bloomer Colfax Raptors when they compete at the WIAA Sectional Wrestling Tournament in Amory. Now, coming up next week, any Bloomer Colfax Raptors who qualify will travel to Madison for the WIAA State Tournament. The Viking boys basketball team will wrap up their regular season when they host the Elmwood Plum City Wolves on Thursday the 24th. We will carry that game live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking girls will be heading into WIAA regional play, and their seeding, which won't be announced until later this week, will determine when and where they will play their first regional game. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV do not have the broadcast rights for the WIAA tournament games. However, Viking TV will carry any regional games in Colfax. Now, in other school news, parent-teacher conferences are Monday and Thursday of this week. Make sure to attend your child's parent-teacher conference. And that's what's happening at Colfax High School for the week of February 13th through the 19th.
You've been tuned to the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School. Stay tuned. Coming up next is more Viking halftime and then second half action.
And we're back here at Elmwood High School. Vikings with a 27-16 lead over the Durand Panthers. This score at halftime in the Dunn St. Croix Conference in a game that matters some to the Vikings. The Elk Mound Mounders and the Durand Panthers were all tied up at 23 at the half. Now, Dan, quickly, who you have for leading scorers?
Yeah, here's the leading scorer for Elmwood right now. It is number 11, Maggie Gulse. She has 9 points. For the Colfax Vikings, they got 2. Jeanette Hajdukovic and McKenna Shipman both have 7.
Okay, and that puts the Vikings on top, 27-16. And actually, this game is boiling down to being pretty much what I kind of thought. Tough-fought battle. Vikings gradually creating a lead, but a hard-fought game. Elmwood Plum City, you can't ignore them. They're going to be there. And if the Vikings take them lightly, they're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, if Colfax stays in their half-court set, they should do pretty well. I noticed that they kind of struggle on the transition plays right now. They kind of throw it away. So we'll see what happens.
Wolves have the ball to start things off. And ball gets knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. Starting 5, McDonough, Isabella Forrester, Maggie Glaus, Hannah Forrester, Lily Webb are all out there. McDonough takes it down to the left side, puts it up no good. Barstead down with the rebound for the Vikings, feeding it down to Shipman. Ball goes through her hands and out of bounds.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Just talked about, isn't it? McDonough to inbound the ball, gets it in, ball gets tipped away. Picked up right at the baseline by Izzy Forrester. Cross-court pass over to Hannah in the backcourt. Or that's Izzy. From the corner. No good. Rebound. Batted around. Coming away with it is Bertram Schofield. Feeds it to Shipman. Lays it up a little hard off the glass. Izzy Forrester coming away with the rebound for the Wolves. She slows down as she crosses the timeline. between the circles, over to the left side to Hannah Forrester. Hannah takes it down to the left baseline, out to Webb, then over to Izzy at the top of the key, to McDonough down in the right corner, back out to Izzy, to Hannah on the left side, to Glaus in the paint. She tries to go up. We're going to get a foul being called on Best.
Was it Barstead?
Well, it was Best's hand that was grabbing the arm.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, but they gave the foul to Barstead.
I was thinking it was going to be a jump ball.
Ball comes in to Izzy Forrester, over into the corner on the left side to McDonough, back out to Izzy, to Hannah on the right. Tries to feed it to Glaus underneath. Barstead knocks it away, and she has it, brings it down the floor quickly. Stops, gets it out to Best, over to the left side, then back out to Best. Three-pointer on the way, rattles around, no good. Shipman tried to go back up with the putback, and we're going to get a foul.
Yeah, that's going to be on McDonough, and that'll be her fourth.
So Shipman at the line. Shot is up and good. 28-16. Second shot is up, it's also good. Wolves get the ball in, Vikings on top, 29-16. Hannah Forrester on the dribble in the backcourt, and she carried the ball. She was doing enough back and forth, and one time too many, she got her hand underneath and carried it. So the Vikings have it. Get the ball over to Best at the top of the key, over to the right side to Barstead. Barstead feeds it back into the paint to Bertram Schofield, to Shipman, loses the handle, and Hannah Forrester comes away with it. Across the timeline, down the left side, gets it down into the left corner. Shot goes up by Gillis, shot's no good. Rebound, chased down by Bovey. Bovey comes up across the timeline on the left side. Feeds it over to Barstead, three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound, taken down by Glaus. Glaus to bring it down the floor. Gets it over to the left side. Now back over to the right. Gillis with the shot, no good. Or that, check it, that was Webb. Ball went out of bounds and it went off of Bovey's foot. So it'll be Elmwood Plum City ball. Webb to inbound it. High pass comes into Izzy Forrester. Gets it over to Hannah on the left side, down in the left corner. Feeds it into the lane to Glaus. She goes up with it, and Shipman gets called for the foul.
That'll be McKenna's third.
So Maggie Glaus at the line. First shot is up and no good. Hajdukovic comes in to replace Shipman. Second shot on the way, no good. Rebound, chased down by Bovey. She's chased from behind, but she protects the ball. Comes down the left side. Gets it into the paint, but it's taken away by Glaus. Over to Hannah Forrester. Forrester gets it down to Webb in the corner. Tries to pass it into the lane. Bovey with the interception. And the ball gets tipped around back to Barstead. She lays it up and gets fouled on the way up. It wasn't clean, but it'll send Barstead to the line for two. First shot is up, it's good.
Foul's on Forrester.
That's her second. That's Izzy Forrester. Second shot. On the way, it's good. 31-16, Vikings on top. Forrester with the ball gets it down into the left corner to Glaus. Back out to Forrester, high, wide, and left. Now they swing it around. Shot goes up and a three-pointer is good by Gillis. Now they're saying it was a 2. Well, maybe not. It was a 3. She was real close to the line. Vikings have the ball. Best with it on the right side. Gets it to Olsen at the free throw line, then underneath the Hajdukovic. Shot is no good. Izzy with the rebound and up across the timeline. Feeds it over into the left corner to Gillis. Back out to Izzy. Back to Gillis in the left corner to Glaus. She's trying to move, and we're going to get a foul called on Best. She thought she'd knocked the ball loose. She wasn't disputing the call so much as wishful thinking.
That's her second.
Inbound pass. It's knocked away by Hajdukovic. She gets the ball, gets it over to Hydorn. Down the floor comes Hydorn over to Best on the right side. Back out to Hydorn, to Barstead. Into the paint to Olsen. Tries to go to the baseline, loses the handle, gets it over to Barstead. And we're going to get a 3-second violation. I believe it's on Hajdukovic. So Hannah Forrester to inbound. Gets it to Glaus. Back to Hannah. She's coming across or down through the backcourt. Now she crosses the timeline. Picked up there by Barstead. Now down into the right corner underneath the Glaus. Puts the shot up. It's no good. Rebound by Barstead. She brings it down quickly. Takes it down the right side. Gets it out to Hydorn. Launches the 3. It's no good. Rebound tipped. It's out of bounds.
Off Jeanette.
And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. So with the score, Vikings 31, the Wolves 19. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
On those days when you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism-boosting teas and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFam is a slam dunk. That's FitFam Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
Back here at Elmwood High School, Vikings on top 31-19. Elmwood Plum City with the ball. They get it in, and down the floor comes Hannah Forrester. She feeds it underneath. Shot goes up and in by Lily Webb.
Lily has 5 points.
Down the floor comes Best. She gets it over to Barstead, fades it to Olsen in the paint, and she gets tied up. We're going to get a jump ball called. And Olsen ties her shoe. Inbound to Hajdukovic. Then they swing back over to Best. To Barstead. To Hajdukovic. Back out to Barstead on the right side. Takes it into the paint. Puts it up and it goes in. 33-21.
Barstead has 6.
And Forster, this is Hannah with the ball. Feeds it to Webb. Then down to Glaus. Turnaround hook shot is no good. Rebound put back is no good. Glaus gets it back again. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Viking ball. By the way, we got the score from Durand, and it's the Durand Panthers right now 36.
33.
check that, 33 over the Oakmount Mounders 26. I knew there was a 6 in there somewhere. Hajdukovic gets it to Olsen, puts it up. It's a little short. Coming away with the rebound is Gillis. Forrester with it. Gets it over to Izzy. Then into the lane to Glaus. Then out to Webb, who puts up the 3. 33-24. The Wolves cut the Vikings lead to 9. Best with it. Gets it over to Barstead on the right side. She comes down the right baseline. Feeds it out to Hydorn. Puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebound taken away by Izzy. Izzy Forrester. She takes it across the timeline. Ball goes over to Klaus, and she put it in. And down the floor come the Vikings. Vikings lead by 7. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings, but the loose ball with the Wolves. Hannah with it. Feeds it over to the left side to Izzy. Back out to Webb. Over to Hannah on the right corner. She tries the right baseline. Olsen shuts the door. Gets it out to Webb. Three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Rebound is out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. Bertram Schofield and Shipman and Bovey into the lineup for the Vikings. Best on the dribble. Across the timeline. Feeds it over to Bertram Schofield on the right side. Back to Best. Into the lane to Barstead. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebound. Taken down by Hannah Forrester. She comes across the timeline. Feeds it to Webb. Comes into the baseline. No good. Rebound taken down by Byer. Pass comes out to Hannah Forrester. Puts up the 3. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Bovey. Bovey across the timeline, stops at the top of the key. Tries to do a lob pass underneath, and it got away from her. And we have a sub coming in. Glaus coming in. Gillis takes a seat. Hannah Forrester on the dribble in the backcourt. She's being guarded there by Barstead. She gets it across the timeline, takes it down the left side to Webb, cross court, pass to Byer. She puts it up and in.
Hannah Byer with her first 2 points.
Viking lead cut to 5. Down the floor comes Best. Gets it over to Bertram Schofield, takes it to the paint. Back out to Best at the top of the key. She dribbles to the right side. Then out to Bertram Schofield, launches a 3. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Barstead, and she gets fouled. I think it's going to be on Webb. Oh?
Glaus?
Yeah, it's on Glaus. That's her 3rd. Ball comes into Best. Best takes it into the paint, puts a shot up. It's no good. Rebound tipped around. Webb comes away with it for the Wolves. Down the floor she comes. Across the timeline. Feeds it over onto the left side. Ball goes awry, and the Vikings get it. Barstead to inbound. To Best. Best at the top of the key. Gets it over to the right side to Bovey. Into the paint now to Barstead. Barstead double teamed, and we're going to get a jump ball called, and the possession arrow in favor of the Wolves.
Ball movement by Colfax has to kind of step up a little bit. They're kind of flat-footed.
Glaus with the dribble down the left side to the baseline. Shot got blocked out of bounds. Best blocked it, but it went out of bounds, so it'll still be Wolves ball. 33-28, Vikings on top. Ball comes into Glaus. Glaus with a 2-pointer. 33-30. It's now a one-possession game. Vikings have it on the left side. Back out to Best at the top of the key. To Bertram Schofield on the right. Back to Best. Back to Bertram Schofield. From the side of the lane, she put it up and in. 8-foot jump shot by Emily Bertram Schofield puts the Vikings back on the board.
Yeah,
35-30.
Her first two.
Hannah Forrester to Byer on the left side to Izzy. Tries to pass it along the baseline and knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. She was trying to get it underneath to Glaus.
Yeah, good double team by Barstead and McKenna.
Inbound pass comes into Izzy, out to Hannah, launches a three, she hit it. 35-33, Vikings by 2. Vikings at the top of the key, get it into the paint, back out to Bovey, to Best, back to Bovey, to Best. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken down by Byer. To Izzy. She's across the timeline to Hannah. Top of the key, gets it over to Byer, high, wide, and right. To Webb. Into the lane to Glaus. She puts it up, and we are tied at 35. Down the floor come the Vikings. To Bertram Schofield, out to Best. To Bovey, to Best. To Bertram Schofield for three, no. Rebound. Being scrambled for on the floor, loose ball. We're going to get a jump ball called, possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. Bovey to inbound. Gets it into Best. High, wide, and left. And Izzy trying to come through to steal the ball, and I hope she had collision insurance on that one.
That's her third.
Bovey to inbound on the near side. She gets it into Best, or to Barstead. Cross-court pass over to Bertram Schofield. The Best thought about the three. She's picked up by Izzy. Over to Bovey. To Best on the right side. Down to the right corner. Bertram Schofield. Ball's loose underneath. We get a jump ball call. No, we get a foul called. Foul is on Izzy, and that's her fourth, I believe.
Yes, it is.
She takes a seat. Webb comes in. Vikings inbound it to Shipman. Over to Best. She hit the three. Jasmine Best with a three-pointer. 38-35, Vikings on top. Wolves bring it down the floor. Webb tries to feed it down underneath, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by the Wolves. And we have a timeout on the floor. With a timeout, it's Vikings 38, Wolves 35, 6:21 to go. You're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Your life. Pleasant Valley Properties provides affordable housing and homes in communities in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. They have staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. Contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200. Call today and let them help you get into the home of your dreams. That's Pleasant Valley Properties, 301 Bremer Avenue in Colfax.
Vikings up by 3, 6:21 to go. Vikings have the ball. Best with it across the timeline. Stops between the circles. Gets over to Bertram Schofield on the left side. To Shipman. Puts up the shot. It's good. 40-35. Vikings back up by 5.
McKenna has 11.
Down the floor comes Hannah. Hannah Forster. Behind the back dribble. Gets it over to Webb on the left side. Back out high to McDonough. Ball gets tipped away. Here comes Barstead. Cuts back across the lane. Tries to put it up. We're going to get a foul. And she's getting up kind of slow. That's Webb. Lily Webb on the foul.
Her second.
She hit the floor pretty hard. She's not feeling the greatest right now. Barstead at the line. First shot's good. (41-35). 5:47 to go. Barstead's second shot is also good. 42-35. Wolves come down the floor. Hannah Forrester with it. Gets it across the timeline. On the right side. Takes it to the top of the key to Webb over on the left. To McDonough in the left corner. Back out high to Gillis. Ball gets knocked loose but picked up by Webb on the right side. Out to Hannah. High, wide, and right. Over to Glaus. Then to McDonough. On the left side to Glaus underneath. Puts it up, no good. Rebound. She gets her own back. Goes up. She hit it and got fouled. Foul is on Barstead.
Her third.
And that's the fourth foul on the Vikings. Glaus is at the line. Their shot is up, no good. Rebound taken down by Bovey. 42-37, Vikings by 5. Bovey has it on the right side, out to Best at the top of the key. Back over to Bovey, back to Best, over to the left side to Bertram Schofield. Takes it into the paint. Ball gets knocked loose. Vikings get it back, out to Shipman. She puts it up in 8-foot jumper for 2. 42-37. Best guarding McDonough. Gets it off to Hannah Forster. She dribbles over to the left side. Now back between the circles to McDonough. Back over to the left side to Webb. Webb feeds it over to Gillis. Then in the corner to McDonough. McDonough over to Forrester. Forrester takes it into the paint, puts it up. It's no good. We're going to get a whistle and a foul.
Bovey.
Oh. Yeah, it's Bovey. It's 2 fouls on her. First shot is up and no good. This is Hannah Forrester at the line. Second shot on the way, no good. Rebound taken away by Shipman. Gets it over to Bovey. Bovey to Best. Best brings it across the timeline. To the top of the key, down the right side. Back out to Bovey. 3-pointer on the way. She hit the 3! Jillian Bovey with another 3-pointer.
Yeah, she has 3 threes. 9 points.
47-37. Vikings back up by 10. And Gillis answers with a 3. 47-40. 3:43. Best to Bertram Schofield. Back over to Best. Over to Bovey. Back over to Best at the top of the key. Back to Bovey. Launches the 3. She hit it again! Let's say 12 points for Jillian Bovey. 50-40. Hannah Forrester down the right side, gets it back out to McDonough. Over to Gillis, to Izzy, into the paint, to Glaus, loses the handle, she picks it up, tries to go up, and she puts it in. And we get a timeout call by the Wolves. Timeout on the floor, Vikings 50, Wolves 42, 3:09 to go. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you've checked that hayfield and find it's time to harvest, give a call to Aaron's Custom Baling. Aaron will provide you with 4x5 net-wrapped round bales. He can even give your bales that spruced up look with select custom netting if you'd like. Serving Western Wisconsin, that's Aaron's Custom Baling. Call 715-202-0118.
And we're back here at Elmwood High School. That score from Durand with just under 3 minutes remaining in the game. It's Durand 45, Elton Mound 41.
Yeah, because that's kind of a critical game we're watching there.
It could be. Down the floor come the Vikings, Best on the dribble. She feeds it over to the right side. Bertram Schofield has it, gets it to Barstead, lays it up, no good. Klaus with the rebound. Klaus feeds it over to McDonough, down across the timeline on the right side. Takes it all the way down by the baseline, back out to Klaus, three-pointer on the way, in and out, no good. Shipman with the rebound and gets it over to Best. Coming up on 2.5 minutes remaining. Feeding it over to the right side to Shipman. Back out high to Barstead. She's out in the center circle. Now to Bovey.
Elmwood.
Bovey out to Shipman.
Elmwood
Vikings
goes
in
man.
no hurry.
Right, and Elmwood goes man. Got out of their zone.
Barstead with it. Barstead feeds it over to Shipman. Shipman out to Best. 2 minutes to go, coming up on it.
They're going to have to follow.
Bertram Schofield with it, over to Barstead. Vikings killing a lot of clock here. Trying to make sure that Elmwood Plum City fouls, and they finally do. Hannah Forrester with the foul. It's her seventh foul on the Vikings. So it'll put Barstead to the line for the 1-and-1. First shot's on the way. It's good. 51-42. Vikings on top. Minute 56 to go. Barstead with her second shot. It's on the way. It's also good. Vikings by 10. Ball comes in, and it's Forrester Hannah bringing it down the line. Stops at the free throw line, feeds it out to the left side. This is Gillis. Out to McDonough, three-pointer. She hit the three.
McDonough has
Haley
7.
McDonough. Yes, how much?
7 points.
And we're going to get a whistle and a foul, and the foul is going to be on Gillis.
Her third.
It's going to put Jasmine Best to the line for the 1-on-1. It's the 8th foul. Shot is up and good. And Best with her second shot. It's also good. 54-45. Vikings by 9. Down the floor come the Wolves. Gillis feeds it to Glaus. Glaus goes up with it and gets fouled. She'll be at the line for 2. Fouls on Bovey.
That's her 4th. No, they're saying it's her 3rd.
Shot is on the way. It's good. Second shot is up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Bovey, and she got fouled immediately. So we walk the length of the floor. Waiting to see who the foul is on.
I think it
foul is on Hannah Forrester. Shot is up. It's good by Bovey. That's Hannah Forrester's second foul. 9th team foul on the Wolves. Both teams are in the bonus now. Shot is up. It's also good. 56-46. Vikings back up by 10. Minute 20 to go under that. Hannah Forster on the left baseline, off her foot and out of bounds. Vikings will have the ball. Barstead with it. Barstead inbounds it to Best. She brings it down across the timeline, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul as Best went flying probably about 15 feet across the floor because she got fouled just as she was trying to put on the speed to get across the timeline.
Yeah, they got it.
And they're going to call it intentional. An intentional foul. And it's on Gillis. That's her fourth. Her shot is up and good. Second shot on the way. It's also good. Now the Vikings will get the ball out of bounds. Intentional shot works basically the same way as a technical foul. Vikings inbound the ball to Shipman. Back over to Barstead. Barstead on the dribble. And Gillis just tackled Best. Did not get called. Best threw a block into Forster. Super Bowl was yesterday, right, Dan?
This is post game.
Oh, okay. So the foul is on Best, and the Wolves have the ball. They feed the ball, and the Vikings come away with an interception. They get the ball to Best. She comes across the timeline, feeds it down underneath to Barstead. Then over to Shipman, who lays it up and in. That's the patented McKenna Shipman layup. And down the floor comes Hannah, and tried to pass the ball along the baseline, and it got kicked out of bounds by the Vikings. McDonough inbounds it out to Glaus, out high, wide, and left. Then they get it over into the corner. The three-pointer goes up. It's no good. Rebound put back and up in by Izzy Forster. 60-48. Down the floor come the Vikings. 10 seconds remaining. Vikings are going to take this one home. Ladies and gentlemen, the Colfax Vikings have now guaranteed at least a share for the Dunn St. Croix Conference Championship because your final score is the Vikings 60 and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 48. And like I said, that means the Vikings will end up with at least a share of the conference title, and Dan lost his signal to Durand.
Durand's
game end.
The game is done, and they took the score down.
So we don't know how that one turned out. So 60-48 is our final score here. Coming up in a minute or so, we have Viking postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. Alright, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
now for Viking postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking postgame.
And we're back here at Elmwood High School, where the Vikings have just defeated the Elmwood Plum City Wolves by a score of 60-48. And we have a score with about a minute to go. It was Durand 51, Elk Mound 47. So
it's anybody's game there yet.
With a minute to go, that's not a final yet. So we'll wait and see if we can't keep digging and find a final score for you on that one. But here at Elmwood Plum City, it's kind of like we anticipated, that this is a team that has the ability to really take it to the Vikings, and they did tonight. Vikings had a pretty good lead at halftime. They were up by 11 at halftime, and lo and behold, Elmwood Plum City came back and tied things up.
Yeah.
They didn't ever take the lead, but they did tie it up, and then the Vikings pulled away for a 12-point victory in the end.
Yeah.
Dan, your thoughts?
Elmwood Plum City, they're a great team.
Yeah, they played well.
Colfax, I think there's probably like 5 or 6 minutes left. Emily Bertram Schofield looked at the girls and said, "Let's go." And that was it.
Yeah, that definitely is what it looked like, is that she basically said, yeah, we're gonna take charge here, and then she made sure they did.
Yeah, and here's something pretty impressive. Tonight, from the line, Colfax was 18 for 22 from the free throw line. So they
18 for 22, yeah.
18
okay.
for 22. So those are things you want to look for, going deep into the season, into the playoffs, It's going to come down to the end where they're going to start following, and team whoever makes the free throws usually wins. So, yeah, good job by all the players again for Colfax.
I'm trying to get my calculator to pop back out here, and
we had 7 girls that were in scoring for Colfax tonight. 1, 2, 3.
Free throw percentage you were talking about is 82% from the line. I'll tell you what, any coach would take that any day. So, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a brief time out and then see if Coach Serrar is ready to come up. I just saw her come walking through just a minute ago, so I suspect she'll be up here shortly. And we'll be back with more Viking postgame right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
I tell my son, I love you, every single day. I love you. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
And we're back here at Elmwood High School, and joining us is Viking coach Courtney Serrar. And first of all, Coach, congratulations, Dunn St. Croix Conference Championship, 4 years in a row. I know that was an early goal you guys set. Well, you got that one under your belt. And we got a battle going on, I guess, down in Durand right now. Yeah, I think that's probably what happened. We had a score with a minute left, and that's what looked like was likely to happen.
I think our girls had it pulled up, and I'm pretty sure they.
And can you check your mic? Is that turned on? Well, that makes a difference. But you know what? It doesn't matter because you guys took care of business here, and so you're conference champs. The worst that can happen is that it'll be a tie. And
hats off to, the girls. I think, again, credit to Elk Mound. I thought they played really well tonight. They got nothing to lose. So the pressure was on us, and I think we came out a little flat, but we managed to hold on. And, again, like you said, I know we shot 14 for 14 second half free throws, so that'll help. And, there were some good things that we did. But most importantly, we're happy to be conference champs and hoping to win it outright on Thursday.
Now, this game was kind of a microcosm of your whole season. You came out a little bit flat in the first half. When have not we said that story before? And so your defense kept you right in the game. And Chris is showing me that final score was now 56-51. Durand was winning. But your defense kept you in, and then you came storming back. And we had talked about that this Elmwood Plum City game our team would be one that could give you a run for your money, and you guys had an 11-point lead at halftime. Well, lo and behold, they come back and tie the game up in the second half. But then you guys stopped the run.
Yeah, they were shooting the ball really well, and we were not. I think we just were a little discouraged by, our threes not going in, and they really packed it in on that zone, so we had a difficult time scoring on the inside. But again, Jill knocked down some huge threes for us. Kenna got us going when we really needed some points, and I was impressed with, everybody's ability to step to the line and make free throws.
So, you've got at least a share of the conference championship. You win it outright Thursday. Second half of a doubleheader again. I'm kind of liking some of those doubleheaders that are both in the same place. Those are kind of nice. But you win that one against these same Wolves. They're going to be hungry.
Oh yeah, they definitely. We let it fire now. They think they can play with us.
And so that ought to be a battle, folks. If you can't get to Colfax to watch it, make sure you tune in here. But boy, oh boy, it'd be a good one for you to even come over to Colfax and watch. We'd love to see the gym get packed with.
Yeah, especially because it's senior night, so it's your last regular season home game for our 6 seniors, and so it'd be awesome to see everybody come out and support them. So.
And from what I understand, you guys got a number 3 seed in the regionals. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, we're happy with it. I think, the way I wanted things to pan out, they panned out, so we're excited. But, we're going to worry about, Thursday's game first, and then we'll start thinking about that.
Then we start the second season, and it's all fun and games from there. Well, congratulations again, Coach. 60-48, you're now the conference champions. And we'll have more Viking postgame right after this timeout.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
And we're back here at Elmwood High School. And Dan, big win for the Vikings. We've been saying all season long how it would be really nice for the Vikings to win 4 conference championships in a row. And they've done that. The only question now is whether it's going to be theirs all alone or whether they're going to have to share it with somebody.
Yeah, the dynasty continues.
Yes, it does. And, I expect one of the proudest people in the gym here tonight is Courtney's dad, Joe, who she took over from. And he had lots of championships himself. And now she has 3 in a row. The team has 4 in a row. Those seniors who are graduating know nothing other than being on a conference championship team. That's what they know.
Yeah, they got something going good right now, and You know, you never know what it's going to be like when a new coach steps in. Courtney stepped in and kept it right where it was.
They haven't missed a beat.
Nope.
And it's not like she's doing exactly the same thing her dad did. They've made some changes. But anyway, Dan, 60-48. Tell us how we got there.
Here's the scores for Elmwood tonight, Elmwood Plum City. Their leader was Maggie Glaus. She had 22, followed by Lily Webb with 8. We had Haley McDonough with 7. We had Haley Gillis with 6. We had Maggie Glaus, Hannah Forster with 3. And we had Hannah Byer with 2. For the Colfax Vikings, they're led tonight by number 42, McKenna Shipman. She had 15. Followed by Jillian Bovey with 14. We had Maddie Barstead with 10. We had Jasmine Best with 10. We had Jeanette Hajdukovic with 7. And then we had Inzi Olsen with 2, along with Emily Bertram Schofield with 2.
And that's a good example of how the Vikings have been all year. The scoring kind of gets spread around different hot people each game, and that shows up again tonight because you had Emily Bertram Schofield led the Vikings just the other night, and tonight she has only 2 points, but that didn't slow the Vikings down at all, and that doesn't mean that Emily was doing anything wrong because she was playing a really tough game defensively.
Yeah, you know, the teams just can't figure out who to guard. You know, Elmwood's got one that they kind of rely on, which is Maggie Glaus. You know, Colfax tonight had 3-4 that you got to figure out how to guard, and that's especially when Jillian Bovey hits 4 threes and then a pair of free throws for 14 points. Yeah, right. Yeah, the inside-outside game for Colfax. You know, it's just got to give a coach fits, because you go to like Elmwood did, they shut down the interior in the second half. Colfax goes outside and then hits threes. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, don't forget, we've got more basketball coming your way, and we're not done by a long run. Don't forget to join NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network tomorrow night as the Viking boys are going to travel over to Spring Valley and take on the red-hot Spring Valley Cardinals in a Dunn St. Croix Conference game. Live coverage will begin with Viking pregame beginning at 6:55, and that'll be followed by all the live play-by-play action. That's Viking boys basketball tomorrow night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We also have some more girls basketball coming up. That'll be Thursday. The Viking girls are going to wrap up their regular season when they host these same Elmwood Plum City Wolves as part 2 of a boys then girls doubleheader on Thursday. Live coverage will begin with Viking pregame shortly following the conclusion of the boys game, sometime right around 6:55. That's Colfax Girls Basketball Thursday on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. This reminder also, the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV are excited to announce that this spring and summer, we're once again going to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. The Cavs' first game in the Chippewa River Baseball League is scheduled for Sunday, May 1st, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Please don't forget that tonight's Colfax High School basketball game is brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital, Dairy State Bank, Anderson Bridges, Slayton's Technology, Pleasant Valley Properties, Aaron's Custom Baling, FitFam Nutrition of Colfax, and Kyle's Buff and Shine. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors who bring you Colfax Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV, and they've been bringing it to you all season long. So, for Dan Petchow and Chris Olson, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, Vikings, conference champion Vikings, 60, and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, 48. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
Time now for Viking Postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking Postgame.